One.
Action. Yo, what up? Welcome to another episode of the Soul Shed Podcast. We back at it once again, y'all.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, we are here, excited. Yo, I go by the name of Hello JiZoo.
What it do? It's your boy JerMarco.
Matthew Jamison.
I am Dreea Vocalz.
Special guest for the evening, y'all.
Yeah. You know, a new face on this bad boy world. You know what I'm saying? New to y'all. You ain't new to me.
Right. Yeah, I know y'all. Family. I know y'all.
And an extra special guest, you know what I'm saying? Clarity in the building. You know, just to throw the vibes on it. You know, baby giraffe. You already know. Yeah, so today's topic is creating under pressure. And I can just look at each one of our faces and I know that we've all been through this before, creating under pressure. Like
going through it right now.
Right. This is what we're doing right now. Yeah. So I mean, what I really want to touch on is how we all kind of do these things, creating under pressure, and is it a good positive feeling for us? Does it have a negative connotation toward, or like, you know, like what's the feeling? What's the vibe towards this? Just like creating on the spot, like this improv creativity that us as musicians do. Like, you know, we all do it, but how? Like, what is it? You know?
I think for me it depends. Like sometimes I feel like if I have a deadline, it pushes me to get stuff done because I will sit on it to the last minute. It's like, wait, when did you need this? Okay. But no, having a deadline in most cases helps me. But it also depends on what it is. Like if I'm creating something for a client, or like, let's say I'm on the spot. Like I had a situation actually this week, Monday, where I had to kind of make edits to a short film score on the spot. Like they were like, yeah, I want to hear how this sounds with this. So I was like, all right, let's, you know, do this, wop. And, you know, kind of under pressure, like, I don't know, like, I guess if you've been kind of taking your time and honing your craft, like the pressure of eyes watching you isn't that powerful. Because for me, it was just like, I mean, they're not looking at my screen. I'm able to take my time. I'm able to, okay, I know what they're asking for. I know how to move this around. And then they ask for something. I'm like, I can't do that because these are pre-recorded samples that I did on the piano that I was borrowing. But I can edit the strings and add some more layers in this area. So, like, you know, just being kind of comfortable and confident in the area in which I sit in, you know, in my bag, so you say. So, yeah, like, I mean, it just kind of depends from moment to moment.
Yeah, I agree. I think it can, creativity under pressure can either be really fun or extremely stressful. I feel like sometimes it's kind of almost like no in between. Like, even like I had a studio session, with like some rappers where basically like they all like know how to like just, you know, freestyle, get right in there, you know, whatever. And like in this example, it's like fun, kind of that pressure of like, if I don't write something quick enough, I'm not gonna get on the song. Like I'm not gonna have a verse, you know. And that's fun because it kind of challenges me, you know, to just, you know, try to come with it quick. But I think also like creativity under pressure can be like extremely stressful too. I don't know, depending on, like you said, like who's putting the pressure on you. Like, is it pressure you putting on yourself? Or like because I don't know. I feel like most of my creativity or my pressure comes from myself. Like I don't necessarily do as well with deadlines. Like I do well with other folks' deadlines, but the deadlines I put on myself, I'll still wait 3 days before, 2 days before. Oh dang, I need to get this done tomorrow and try to and get it done right then and there. So I don't know.
Preach.
I don't know. For me, I am usually pretty good under like pressure. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like that's where I thrive. And when it's not like no pressure, I'm just like, am I gonna make some music today? Maybe not.
Maybe not.
You know, I kind of just be feeling it. You know, that's when I rely more on inspiration when there isn't no pressure. And with going that route, it's like I could go a whole few months without being inspired to create anything.
Right.
And I would be just completely fine with it. But to kind of piggyback off the example you used, if I'm in a room full of people and the energy flowing and everybody like, oh, you want to get on this? Oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I got next. I got next. I'm ready to go too. Like, let's go. But otherwise, I'm just like, I don't know if there's like a discipline thing or the artist in me. I don't know what that is, but I feel like I thrive much better when there's some kind of pressure there. But not like I don't know if I like extreme pressure though. Extreme pressure, I don't know about that, because that stuff definitely gets stressful, and then I'll get into a mode of not creating the best possible thing that I can, but just something to go ahead and get past whatever intense moment, you know what I'm saying, that's happening at that at that point in time.
Yeah.
I definitely feel that. And the when I think about the topic, when I think about just like what everybody just said, it kind of like reminds me about that one session that it was me, Dreea, Marco, Ike Zero,
and Carl.
all
Yeah.
Carl got on it
he got on later. He got on later, yeah.
Carl got on later, but we got this song together called So Many Ways. And like literally we were just at the crib, just really just chilling for real, just like a random
no pressure, no pressure, no pressure, but it was pressure.
Oh, that pressure.
All that pressure. We was creating under strong pressure that day. Loud pressure. A roaring pressure.
Right.
Yeah, but I mean, we really literally like I made the beat and like we all just like vibed, and like within it took maybe about maybe 3 to 4 hours, and we all had a verse done. We had a concept. We came up with the concept. We came up with the vibe, and it was just like it flowed. And if you listen to the song, go listen to the song. So Many Ways, Dreea Vocalz, JerMarco, myself, Carl,
Ike Zero.
Like, man, such a great song. But it's just crazy on how like creativity can flow like that. It can just like, it don't take much, like, but it does take a initial like fire starter. It takes the initial like spark, you know what I'm saying? There you go.
And sometimes it just it takes that like just that it just being no pressure, being around folks that you just like vibe with, and it's just like you said, it's just free flowing, it's just natural. And some of the best stuff is created out of that. And on the contrast, some of the best stuff is created out of like those deadlines and like, yo, I got to get this done like tonight or it's never. Like that's it. Yeah. I was gonna say something else and I forgot that quick.
We'll come back.
That pressure.
There you go.
You know, I to go back to a point that you made earlier, Jamison. Well, I guess, you know, to talk more about the pressure that we put on ourselves. You were talking about, you know, how it would be different if you weren't already at a certain level as a musician to produce for other folks, you know what I'm saying, and creating under their pressure. And I definitely feel like, you know, a lot of, you know, that pressure is alleviated once you get to like a certain level, you know, within your craft. But I feel like they could also breed also some kind of like, I don't want to say laziness or lack of interest, but just when you feel like you're at a certain level and you know you can produce, it may affect like how soon you may meet a deadline or something, or, you know, how early you get on it, or, you know, wait till a few days before it's due to like get to it.
Yeah.
And versus being someone who, you know, you identifying yourself as someone who's working up in your craft. And so a lot of times you feel like you have something to prove. And, you know, that's a kind of like a healthy pressure that you put on yourself. And I feel like that's kind of good to, you know, always keep in mind, because I do feel like it can kind of get, you can kind of get a little too laxed within the higher you go up in skill. You can get a little, you can get too comfortable with what you got going on. And, you know, that can affect your creativity and the level of creativity that you put out, whether there's pressure or not.
Feel attacked. Oh man.
Well, it's a healthy and it's an unhealthy way. Like, it's like two different sides of it. Like, you know, you can be under pressure in like a great way to where it's just like gets you going. The good thing about being under pressure is that you know that with this pressure, it's going to get completed at least. Like, you know, at least it's actually going to be done. Like, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's up to your, you know, standard of perfection or it's not, you know, the good thing about that is that, hey, I'm going to come out of this bad boy with a finished product, you know, which is like, think of how many sessions we didn't have, like sitting there writing with a bunch of artists, you know what I'm saying? But like, how many songs do we have like so many ways? Like, you know, it doesn't happen that often, you know, where like writers get together, we actually complete the task and we under pressure. We want to complete this. We want to come out with a full final project or like, you know what I'm saying, product or piece of art or like whatever that you're doing, you know what I'm saying? And to me, I feel like it's maybe a little less difficult when you're dealing with more than one person. Because you got that sense of accountability, you know what I'm saying, from like one other. Like, you know, I know I'm gonna finish my verse because you gonna finish your verse, and I'm not gonna be the only person that haven't finished the verse. You know what I'm saying? So I'm about to get this done.
And sometimes I think on the contrary, sometimes that pressure can make like stuff not get done too. You know, depending on like you know, I don't know, like maybe somebody has their verse done or something like that, and it's just like, man, like you putting so much pressure trying to think on something, because you could even be like, you know, a seasoned writer, like you've been writing for a long time, and it's like nothing for you to like write a verse, but you know, sometimes it's just moment to moment in the vibe. Like maybe somebody else got their stuff already written, and you like, dang, that was quick. Like, dang, let me try to get my stuff done quick because we only got an hour, 2 hours. But that pressure sometimes can make you just like blank out. Like, man, I just ain't, you know, I can't think of nothing right now, or I can't be creative because of the pressure. So it's like a delicate balance, you know?
Yeah, no, I definitely feel that. I say like for me, like I've recognized and kind of noticed in hindsight the ebbs and flows of my creativity during the different seasons of my life, especially with like ADHD. there are moments where I'm extremely focused and hyper, like, intentional on songs, like, and then there's moments where it's just like, okay, I'm doing this, but yeah, I'm gonna do this over here, and ooh, this made me think of this, so I'm gonna kind of save this right here, and then I'll use this later, and like, sometimes I'm just like, what's the word? Lacking discipline. And I find that a lot of times, as it relates to like the creativity in the music, I feel like because it is such a, for me, a spiritual process, like, I mean, it's always gonna be there in a sense, but with that, like, don't, like, I'm telling myself, don't take it for granted. Like, don't take this time, this ability, and, you know, be wasteful with it. But yeah, like I said, it's different seasons, different times and stuff.
Time is definitely of the essence. That's definitely true.
Yeah. I would say, as far as like, you know, the comment off the lack of discipline thing, you know, do you feel like it's always a lack of discipline, or is it just because I feel like if you're creating with no goal in mind, you know, then like the possibility of stuff happening like that, and it's like, ooh, you know, ooh, just being distracted by everything. I feel like that's a more something that's more possible under those conditions, you know. But sometimes I'll just open up my laptop and be like, I'm just going to create something just to create and see what happens. And I don't necessarily have a goal in mind. And so when I get to a certain point within, you know, making the music, as soon as I become disinterested, I just stop. And that has led to a lot of incomplete songs.
Bro.
And just because I didn't have a goal in mind, like, okay, I'm finna sit down and create this song for this, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. This is what it needs to get done. Like when I'm in album mode, you know, I'm getting songs done. I know how, you know, what needs to be happening. Yeah. Oh, we gotta get these vocals done. We gotta go back. I gotta put harmonies on this. We gotta go through this. Well, when I'm just creating just to create and no goal, yeah, a lot of stuff don't get finished.
Bro, I have a flip that was supposed to be a Project Pat riding on Chrome flip. But because he records all his vocals in the car, I couldn't get certain aspects of his vocal, like the music out. Like there's a crow sound that's just very prominent. And I'm just like, I'm using RX8 and trying to get all this stuff out. I'm like, man, I can't get this stuff clean. And then I was like, you know, forget it. And then it turned into like a Return of the Mac flip. And I'm like, how did this? And I'm not even finished with it. It's just sitting there.
Like, how did you get there?
You know?
Yeah.
So I definitely feel that opening your projects and just, I'm just going to make something, you know?
Yeah. Well, I did kind of write down a couple things that could help with, because I know like a lot of musicians in particularly like just really struggle with having that block time. People pay for studio time. Mm-hmm. I know it a lot because folks will come to my studio and like literally like book like 3-4 hours, and everybody doesn't maximize on that time to what they're actually spending there. And this is specifically for those who are using that time for creativity. Yeah. And like, you know, me, I know if I know somebody came to my lab and I'm making a beat, you know what I'm saying, for them, I already know that I'm under pressure. It's not going to take me super long to do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to throw that bass line on there. I'm going to throw the drums on there. I'm going to, like, you know what I'm saying, get it going in my mind. It's going to work fast, but it's still going to be good. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like we all have that in our own aspects, to where under pressure, we can show our ass. We can be like, you know what I'm saying, we're going to go, like, you know what I'm saying, somebody could hit, you know what I'm saying, Marco up and say, hey, we need you to sing, you know what I'm saying, tonight. You know what I'm saying? Marco's ready. You know what I'm saying? You like, you should do a quick little vocal warm up, and da 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 da.
Yabba dabba doo.
Yeah. One of them that I had was this was a rule: don't let fear limit your success.
That's real. That's a good one right there. Because I think sometimes the lack of discipline is like this. I know, speaking for me, sometimes is a subconscious fear, like being great at your craft or great at what you do. Sometimes it's almost like, and it's gonna sound weird, but it's like, am I taking myself serious right now? Like in this moment, do I take myself as serious right now, like as I need to? You know,
it's
and
the fear
it
of imperfection.
Mm-hmm.
Like that, it's not gonna be. Maybe it won't be perfect. I'm scared that it won't be up to my full potential.
Mm-hmm.
That, like, you know, because I'm under this pressure, and it's like, dang, that's like that fear will hold you back from just like from having that success.
That's true, and being creative at period.
Yeah, true. Another one was on here was break things down to its simplest form. Like sometimes we can think of it being so complicated. I know that you was just talking about this, Jamison. You was just saying that how it's kind of like you were thinking like complicated about this project, and you were like, maybe I should do it. And it's kind of like, you know what? Let it go. It's easy. It's simple. It's like wait on direction, wait on the clarity. It's gonna come to you. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna come. But like, don't like put any kind of extra. Don't just make it so complicated that you just like stress yourself out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like if I'm writing a verse and I know that I only got an hour, maybe writing a Twister style verse is not the right thing. I don't
Right.
No, I'm gonna write slow. I'm finna make a whole. I was walking down the street and I saw you. I thought I was gonna see you tomorrow. You ain't see how tomorrow and saw you rhyme, but it rhymes. See, you gotta like, you know, you gotta straight have it like do a simpler form, especially when you under pressure, and that simple stuff be working.
And you know,
go ahead.
Yeah. I was just gonna say, and I think that speaks to, you know, just being adaptable as a creative. Because everything doesn't, you know, like you said, everything doesn't have to be at this. I wouldn't necessarily say that, you know, something like that is like a high level thing, because that's more of like a stylistic thing. But a lot of people would, you know what I'm saying, feel like that's their high level, trying to create something in that form of fashion. But just being adaptable and knowing what the different things that you can like get out of, you know, try and get out of whatever that you know, creating for, and the inspiration that you can pull from it. Because everything doesn't have to be, you know, kind of typical. Sometimes you can do something that's unexpected and still it'll still get the job done for whatever it is that you're trying to create, even if it's not something that you usually do.
Right. I got a prime example. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. Dreea. It's
Dreea. My bad.
It's okay. I was gonna say, to piggyback off what you said, Marco, like kind of just like we as artists have to have like discernment of when to take the pressure out. Like we have to know when like this is the time to take the pressure just like out. Like this situation doesn't even need pressure. Yeah. You know, yeah, that's all I was gonna say. We just gotta have discernment.
That's perfect, because like that goes right with my example, like that I was gonna use from one of the Soul Shed jams. Like they pulled out, I think it was Antonio was playing this Erykah Badu jam, back in the
Back
day.
Lady. Oh yeah, back in the day, yeah.
And I'm just like, man, I used to know this bass line, and I'm just like, bro, I kid you not, I played the wrong notes for like maybe 8 measures. Like I was just like, Look, I'm hitting the rhythms though. Like these notes are gonna come to me eventually. But it has to do with like what you said, JiZoo, like the fear of imperfection, and then also breaking things down to the simplest form. Like if I can't get both of these things, I'm gonna get one of these things,
Right.
and like I'm gonna fudge the notes until like it can't, and then eventually like I accidentally hit the right note. I'm like, oh, there it is. Yeah, that's the note. Okay, yeah, now we're gonna play the actual bass line.
Right. Yeah.
And it goes to what you were saying, Dreea, like taking that pressure out of there, like because like we're in a jam session, and that's why the Soul Shed jam sessions are so important because it provides that space for artists to be able to have that experience of just performing in front of people and to be able to like, oh my God, like sometimes you sing with your friends, you sing in the shower or whatever, and then you get in front of people and then you just totally freeze, like you don't know what this feeling is that comes over you, and then like coming to the shed and then the love and support that you receive there, like it doesn't matter. Nobody's expecting, you to be Thundercat on the bass. Like, you just literally just play, and like sometimes like JiZoo said, like break it down to its simplest form and just find the groove. And like like Marco said, you can also pull out from that. Like you can build on that. Like things are simple, that allows so many other people to be inspired and so many other layers to be added. But when you come in like, oh man, I got to do everything's riding on me to hit 64 notes in 2 seconds. Like, it's like, no, like don't do that. Like just chill.
And I feel like there's something that people like Thundercat and the Herbie Hancocks or whoever, that's something that they fundamentally understand. Because I feel like for a lot of musicians or creatives in general, they have this imposter syndrome to where, you know what I'm saying, you're more than likely you know that you know how to play the piano, and then you get on the stage in front of people and that you get that, that stage fright, that you become frozen. And it's like you've been doing this in your bedroom every day, hours upon hours, every day, you know what you're doing. And then you get around other folks, and then there's something in your mind that's telling you you don't belong. And it's the weirdest thing. I don't know what that is. Getting over those mental hoops. Yeah, it's like a really big thing, especially when we talk about like just creating under pressure. Because most of the times it's like you could have been like smashed something out if you would have just got past the first thought of whether you could do it or not.
Yeah, true.
Or just not even think about it at all. Like it's not even just getting that whole process of even like coming to a point where you got to think to yourself, can I do this? Or just doing it, just like just throwing yourself into stuff and just like being like of the moment. And I think that's like what's so beautiful about Soul Shed is that I feel like there is no pressure. Like I feel like creators are able to come into a space where there is no wrong. If you sing this off key, it's not wrong. You're vibing. You're like you're being a part of the room. Like somebody, can start going a do da da da, and you can start doing something else, and it's like there is no wrong way to do it. It's just like it's just expression.
Yes.
Free expression. Like, and that's the best thing about creating. It's just being able to express and freely.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely resonate with that, Dreea. There was a TED Talk that I had watched that really like opened my eyes and my mind to just how there is no such thing as a wrong note, especially in the form of jazz, which we're not even going to talk about the name of jazz and who started calling it that, but it's just, musical expression.
Right.
But yeah, it's just like, these are opportunities. Like, and sometimes, somebody might play a C, everybody's in C, and somebody accidentally hits a C sharp. Like, well, that's an opportunity, like, to shift and go a different direction. It's not necessarily a wrong note. And like that idea, like having that idea and that mindset about what you do creatively, like that opens you to so many new doors because you're not stuck in this box of doing things in the right way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's crazy you said that because I know one thing just going into this new year, and it was not until her name Gabby, she's here in St. Louis. She does like real estate
Gabs.
Yeah, real estate bae. She was talking to me and she was telling me that like because I direct and I've been really like finding myself more passionate about visuals than I'm still passionate about music, but I've just been finding myself like really intrigued and really just like into like visuals. And she was just telling me like we can't be as creators afraid to pivot. Like, and like you said, maybe that C# is an opportunity to change the frequency. And sometimes like we have to know, like, again, with that discernment, just like, and just not be afraid to just like to pivot, to change the key, to, I don't know, try to write something completely different, to talk about something that you maybe wouldn't have talked about, or, if you're more reserved, shy person and you're scared to sing in front of people, just doing it. We can't just we just can't be afraid to pivot our creativity where our spirit is kind of leading us to.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's deep, and that's essential to just being true to who you are and true to yourself, like, and growth, like, all of that is necessary.
Yeah.
It was literally the next thing that I was going to say was just try something else. Sometimes when your creativity is like, is like, just drive this, like, do something else for a second. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can like kind of like, if like you're trying to figure out the bass line, you know what I'm saying? And you trying to, and like, you just can't figure it. You ain't got to do the bass. Who say you got to do the bass line? Just because you got a bass in your head. You ain't got to do the bass. Play some of them high notes on them bad boys. Sometimes the bass be doing some mad melodies. Just like,
that's
like,
real.
I love it when the bass play like the high bass and it just start doing like chords and stuff like that on the bass. It's amazing. Yeah. Like, who says something like in our mind, I think as artists, it's always like one right way. Like, and not saying it's not a closed-minded thought. It's more of a just like I'm like something, it's either right or it's wrong. And
almost like a habit, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we search for that right, And it's like sometimes see, that's why I like artists like Kanye. Because like, what I'm saying, sometimes that wrong ends up being the right. You know what I'm saying? Like instead of adding instruments, take out an instrument. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe that'll work, So
yeah. I mean that's most definitely, because I know all of y'all have experienced this. You sit down creating something specifically on the piano for me, and I'll be playing and I know where I want to go. And I'll hit a wrong note, I'll hit the, what I'm saying? Maybe my finger positioning one of the fingers hit the wrong note that I intended to, but then it creates a whole different, completely sounding chord. And it's like, wait a minute.
Hold up now.
You're like, no, everything I did before this don't even matter now.
Something else right here.
How could something so wrong feel so right?
Right.
Don't worry about it tonight.
The kind of notes change your life.
Man, I'm trying to tell you, and it always hits. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's usually not where you originally intended to do it all.
Yeah.
And so
yeah. Here's a huge one, y'all. This is one that works so good for right now. Sometimes you just gotta go off the grid.
Come on.
Turn off the phones. Cut off the TV.
Yeah.
Outside noise, you know what I'm saying? Shut it out. And just focus on like what you are creating. Sometimes I have to literally do this when I'm trying to record, when I'm trying to make a beat or something like that, but yet like the phone is right there and just Instagram is just like, come
Or oh my gosh, like I know, I know
Yeah.
y'all have experienced. You get in the zone, and it's like, man, I've been planning on getting in the zone all day. I'm finally in the zone. I'm focused, and then you got your phone. Somebody call, or it's just like, man, like you got to call right now.
Right.
Oh my
You're
God.
supposed to be working, and then you.
It ain't
Yeah,
nothing
you
but the
tryna
devil. It ain't nothing but the devil. You was about to
It'll be
write
your
that,
mama calling.
that
It's
right
like,
there hit single.
mama.
I love you, Mama. Bye.
Right. About to write that hit single, get you and your people up out the ghetto. And then here come the devil. Ring,
Right.
ring, 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 ring. Oh, she about to get it. She about to get it. We can't let her get it. No. Get the hell off my phone.
Man, don't let it be one of them like spam calls, but you just answered it. You didn't know who it was. You would waste my 20 seconds of my life. Now I gotta get back in the zone.
Yes.
Yeah. I was watching this on that time management course that I was telling you about in the last podcast.
Yeah.
There was a thing in there. It was saying that on average, it takes like people around 25 minutes to get into whatever it is in your brain that you get into that activity called the zone.
Mm-hmm.
And if you get out of that flow state, if something like distracts you, it takes around that same amount of time to like try to get back into that state. But you have to be, like you said, cut out all of the distractions so that nothing takes you out of that state. Because you know what I'm saying, any little thing can do that. Even if it's not just Instagram, but your phone light up. Even if it's just your phone sitting there and your phone light up and you just look.
Mm-hmm.
you up out of where you was at.
Man, it's the
Because
worst.
it literally takes like 0.3 seconds for an amazing idea to just shower down on you. Like, like an abundance of ideas can come at once. Like, it's crazy how ideas can come around. It's like you can have, like, some people think about their whole album. For instance, I have literally thought of a whole concept for an album in like a 0.5 seconds. That's how 8 exabytes of memory came. It was like, it just happened. It's like, oh, there it is. Cool. But if that 0.5 seconds that I could have like looked at my phone or digging up my nose or like doing anything that could have, distracted me, then I could have missed out on that great idea or missed out on that precious creative moment.
And that's not a good feeling either when you like think of something, even if it's like a melody or you was just like thinking of something, but you didn't like zone in and make sure you did a memo or something, or you didn't zone in and then you trying to think of it later and you forgot and it was brilliant. Oh my God.
Don't talk about trying to catch something that was coming to you in your dream as soon as you wake up.
Oh my God.
Oh
you
my God.
Hold on to it. Don't let it go.
Yes.
If you don't do it right then and there, it's gone in the next few minutes.
Yes.
It's over, son. It's over. It's
you can't
over.
fall back asleep. You got to get up out your sleep,
man.
And get it down.
That's real.
Yeah. Here's one that I actually learned from the late great Tupac. He had it's a video that's surfacing around that Tupac was in the studio with a bunch of his homies, and like he was going off. He had a lecture. He was going off on everybody. He was going off. He felt like that he was in the studio. They all was in the studio for this amount of time, and there was not enough productivity happening. And it was one line that he said that stuck with me and sticks with me to this day. I mean, like when I was younger, me and my brothers like put this on the wall. It was like one of the commandments of the studio. And it was, create now and edit later. That's the main thing.
That is
how Pac
real.
said it. Pac said it. It was like, do all the producer stuff after the rappers leave.
Yeah, I think I know what clip you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, like and shoot, I play it for a lot of people around me, just period, who just be in the studio. But still, like the create now and edit later. Sometimes we can go into, and I take this to like recording. I can be recording and I lay down my like main vocal, And like, you know, I'm still in creative mode, like, you know, but I just laid down that main vocal. And then I start tinkering with it. Like I start like, you know what I'm saying, mixing it, throwing some compressor on it, and you know what I'm saying, doing all kind of extra stuff to it. Throw a little bit of auto tune on it, chop this part, put it back on that part, do it. And I'm being creative, no, get me wrong, but am I just tinkering with my creation that I already created? Now I need to keep on creating and keep on going to complete the project. And now, even now, I'm the king of it. I got about thousands, I'm not exaggerating, thousands of songs that are not completed based off of that theory of me trying to edit before I even, like, you know, complete.
Which I think is it's just going back to like balance, especially like when you're a jack of like all trades, like, and you're able to do different things. Sometimes you think you got to do it all right now. Like I got to write the song, and then I gotta produce, but I also gotta like mix the drums right now. Like, and before you know it, that's all you have is that verse. And like it still don't sound the way you want it to sound. You're still like, man, and before you know, you was like, man, forget it. I'll come back to it. It don't ever return.
The graveyard.
So overall, I mean, like, what would y'all say is, do you think that it's a good idea to create under pressure? Do you think that it creates, like, does that pressure create a diamond, or does that pressure create dust?
I think, given all things considered, everything we just discussed, I think the biggest thing that we should focus on is creating with intention. Because if you have some kind of pressure on you, say you're creating something, a product or something for someone else, there's a goal in mind. There's an end point to, you know, what you're doing. And so, you know, no matter what amount of pressure is on you, you have an A and then a B. If you are creating just for yourself and you don't have no end goal in mind, and there's no pressure there to complete whatever task that you on, or then it's more than likely that you may not, you know, get to that other side, even though you've had the pleasure of just creating just to create. And so I feel like the biggest thing out of everything we just said was just creating with some intention, so that you can see some things through. And so I feel like pressure is definitely needed, just, you know, on whatever kind of level, but no pressure. I don't think no pressure is necessarily a good thing.
Yeah. Nah, I definitely think that some pressure is needed. I think just finding what works for you. Like if you know that in order to get it done, like you said, and then you have to put a deadline, because that's just, you know, how you operate, and that's how you know that you're going to get it done. Or even sometimes, like I have to have, you know, somebody hold me accountable sometimes, like to get it done, you know, just knowing what you need to reach that goal, I think is important. And just like you said, just doing that, and just knowing, having that delicate balance of when to add some pressure to yourself to get it done, and when it's, you know, sometimes when it's time to just take some of that pressure out so you can flow freely. Yeah.
True. So I mean, like, Jamison, is it diamonds or dust? Which one you think, or both?
Man, I think for me, I'd have to say you have to allow yourself to experience both. You have to allow yourself the time to, okay, Tuesday and Friday, I'm gonna wake up at 4:00 in the morning, and I'm going to watch a YouTube video, and I'm going to practice this thing that I learned in the video by creating something using these methods. And then I'm going to do this consistently every week. And, you know, like, or I'm going to make a beat every day for 30 days, or whatever it is that you do. You know, I think that is essential in growth and development. But I also think that there are times where you need to allow yourself to let everything go and just breathe. and then you might be like at the park or something when it's warmer, and you know, you might hear a car go by, or you might see like people walking in the park and the sun hits the water at a certain angle, and you might just be inspired that quick, and you go home and then like you're right back into it. Like sometimes you need a reset. So I feel like it's a little bit of both.
And I just wanted to add
I agree, yeah.
I think we have to also, as artists, just be kinder to our creativity. You know, being kind and giving our creativity the grace it needs. To, like you said, to really get into the experience, you know, and to enjoy it, you know. So, yeah.
I feel that, bro. Yeah, you definitely right. It's a balance. It's a balance, and you definitely have to be in a space to where you can still be open. So yeah,
true. Well, I mean, hey, it seemed like we pretty much got it nipped in the bud on that one right there. And that's about it on that one. Hold up now. You want to cut it off and get in the lab right now. Oh, turn my phone on airplane mode, boy.
I just want to affirm JiZoo for these points that he had ready for this podcast, because very astute. Yeah, thank you.
You gotta be prepared sometimes. See, no, I acted under pressure though, for real.
Yeah, he was applying pressure.
What y'all don't know is that I'm gonna tell, just because it's part of the topic. I came up with these bad boys right before I got on the Zoom call. I just wrote these bad boys, and I got plenty more. So that's
right. 2 minutes till it's like, okay, hold on, let me get it right. Let me get it.
Hey, it be like that, bro. When it hit.
Right, knowing I had all week to get this together. No, 2 minutes before is the perfect time for me. Damn, that's a long yarn. Oh my God.
Dang, bro. Why am I still on the screen? Should it be showing the person who's talking?
Let go. You have to release.
Edit.
Create now.
Edit later.
Whoa.
All right, y'all. Well, I mean, on that note, we want to thank y'all for listening to another episode of Soul Shed Podcast. We're going to be back with another episode. We working on getting this bad boy on all streaming platforms for podcasts.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. So just look out for it. We got Soul Shed Jam Session coming up. No, Soul Shed University is coming up.
Soul Shed University. By the time that this post, it's gonna be after. Gonna post on Wednesday? Yeah.
Just know that it's always a Soul Shed University coming up.
First Tuesday every month.
Every month is always a Soul Shed University, where we take like a really dope, knowledgeable person within the St. Louis music community, and they share some really dope knowledge with us, just on like how they do it, stuff like how to sound check, what I'm saying, music notation. We had one for that one. It was like developing your stage presence. I only know this because I did the commercial for it.
Yeah. Hey man, this one that we got coming up, how to sound check, man. I really hope we can get a good amount of people up in here for it, because a lot of people need help with knowing how to sound check.
Yes.
True.
And I don't know, maybe we should do a podcast just talking about musician do's and don'ts, are like common mistakes for like the beginner musician.
I'm down with that.
Yeah, I think that would be a pretty insightful and funny conversation.
Yeah. Yeah. Or that, and if it's any other, topics that y'all think that, that like we should do, hit us up and let us know. You know what I'm saying? At Soul Shed STL on Instagram. And just like hit us up and let us know whether you feeling the podcast, feeling the content, feeling whatever, please, hit us up. We hit back. And yeah, follow. We will follow back. As long as you ain't on no crazy stuff, like, you know what I'm saying? You ain't, you know, I don't know.
I don't be following back pages with 0 posts or like there's not a person on it.
It's kind of weird.
It's just like ambiguous images. I'd be like, no.
Or the profile picture, a picture of Thundercat.
Yeah.
Or like the profile picture is just like a pepperoni nipple, just like right there. Somebody with their chest out with like a pepperoni just sitting right here. Like
who are you following?
It's a premium. It's a premium pepperoni.
Who are you following?
Right.
No, the question is who is following you? The question is who is following you, because it'd be weird people, you know what I'm saying, bots and stuff be following you, and you be like, what the hell is this?
Hey, yo, the Hello JiZoo fan base is a wide variety of folks, okay? We come in all different shades and forms. Bring your weird out.
I'm gonna tuck mine in.
We out this thing, you know.
I'm gonna tuck my weird in. I'm gonna tuck mine in.
Everything that's in the darkness shall come to light.
Yeah, thanks to our special guest, Dreea Vocalz, for hopping on this bad boy with us.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Definitely was a good
great
time.
insight. Yeah. And yeah, I'm Hello JiZoo, and yeah.
Bye. He said, all right, bye.
Hey, beast, I gotta go.
I got kids.
I got kids. I know, boy.
I got beans, greens, tomatoes, potatoes. Are we over that? That's not hitting no more.
I got
you want to go ahead and talk about that, Jamison?
I'm just gonna say, hey, so the third Tuesday of the month of February is February 16th, which comes one day after Dilla Day. So if you are a rapper, singer, come and be ready to vibe out, because it's about to go down. We about to jam.
Yeah. Speaking of those jam sessions, Soul Shed jam sessions, jamming out for Dilla Day. You're gonna be playing the most exquisite Dilla jams.
Right.
With the most exquisite musicians around, you know, so
yeah, man. Dang, yeah, man. It's some talented musicians here, yo. It really is. I'll be like, dang, people be playing. I'll be like, first off, who is you? And then it's just like, dang, people really be knowing how to play.
Yeah, and like they come out of nowhere. It's like they just come out of nowhere playing like the most like beautifulest, like just like what? Man, I remember like last jam session, old boy was playing the keys and I almost cried. I was over there on my little NPC and like the like woo.
He told me y'all had a drummer that was clowning.
Oh my God.
Clowning.
Dorian, I know you gotta be talking about Dorian. Dorian came through, this young cat, man. He is 18. He plays on such a high level.
Mm-hmm.
That it's like, how and when? But I know we got the talent versus gift on our list of like podcasts to do. But that dude is definitely gifted. I don't think when musicians play like that, I don't think that's something you necessarily learn. Some people just are gifted with a high level. Yeah.
Especially if it's effortless, because I know Jiz showed me a video of him playing. It was just super effortless. Like he don't even look like he was like, it's just moving through his body. He's just doing it. You know?
Yeah. That's the kind of stuff we see at Soul Shed, where it's like it's at least like, you know, every session it's at least like a few of those, like, you know what I'm saying, where it's like it's a bunch of good folks now, but sometimes it'd be a moment between a lot of folks to be like everybody just stop and freeze and just praise this person for whatever lick they just did, or just like whatever. It's like stop everything and let's just like give you the honor for whatever you just did.
Yeah, man. And we have it all on camera. Visit our Instagram page and follow us.
Plug.
We got it all there.
True. All right, y'all. Well, shoot, you heard it here first. You heard it here last. You know what I'm saying? Scratch the surface, but don't scratch your ass. This is Soul Shed Podcast, and yeah, yo, we out this thing.
Peace.